Do you find yourself gathering the breadcrumbs of your day, what's left of you, after your long 12-hour shift at work, and you come home and you're throwing those breadcrumbs at your spouse, at your family or children, or maybe even at your dreams, whatever it is you want to pursue? I think that we just have to keep on keeping on. And sometimes it's hard, especially if you do have a big dream. And of course, we still have the bills and the mortgage and the car payments and all the things that, that in this life we have to pay for. So we have to work. So we have to do some side hustles or whatever it is you're pursuing. But at the same time, yes, we could lay on the couch and watch Netflix, of course, and binge watch a couple episodes. But if you really want something, you have to really put yourself out there. And it takes like the dedication and time and effort, which we all know. And from a lot of small YouTubers I've been watching, it's like they're really preaching on consistency. So being consistent even after, you've had a long work day or you're tired, whatever the thing is. But at the end of the day, your skills are going to improve as well as, getting closer to your dreams, right? And it's just time and effort, right? And basically, I think that quote was from Dr. Phil, who's like, your best hours, you give your best hours to your job, and whichever way you make a living, and you kind of come home and you just throw the breadcrumb, this is what I got left, take it or leave it, kind of thing, right? And it's kind of the same thing with our passions. But like some things that you're really passionate about, you just kind of find the energy, right? Like, because it's like something you love and you want to keep doing, and you wouldn't have a dream necessarily unless it was like your higher self trying to communicate to you that, like you have these things you're really good at, and, these are the things you need to improve. But it's with consistency, time, and effort that we do improve, right? Myself, I've just gone to only one class so far. I have to shout out to Toastmasters. It's something that I've always thought about doing. And of course, I was playing the what if game, like, what if I get there and I look like an idiot? What if I get there and I can't do it? What if, I don't know if are you like me and you lay awake at night, deprive yourself of sleep, playing the what if game? Like, what if the sky falls tomorrow? What if this doesn't work out? What if I can't do that? Like, what if there's not enough money? Like it just is so hilarious how we do this to ourselves. And it's like, how come we never think of, what if I do succeed? What if this transforms my life? Like, what if all my dreams come true? Why can't we put the energy into that? Because it's such a pattern of fear. And, fear is like, it's just false evidence appearing real. It's whatever you associate fear with, right? And, another really good book was Mel Robbins. Like, so what if people talk about you? So what if they make fun of you? So what if they laugh at you? Let them. At the end of the day, they're going to do it anyway. But you're the one that's still grinding and still putting yourself out there. And at the same token, like not to be negative, and not that you have to say it, but you could think to yourself, like, what are you doing to change your life? Oh yeah, nothing. You know what I mean? Like, who cares, right? Kind of thing. Like, everybody's here for their own purpose. And I just have to shout out to all the small creators that are showing up every single day, and they're putting in the effort, learning new skills, making videos. And you know what? Maybe you're like me and you're not getting a whole whack of subscribers, or you're not getting a whole bunch of views, but you know that you have to keep putting in the work, and the reflection is in yourself. Your speaking is getting a little bit better. You're not quite as nervous. You're starting to understand some of the new Canva programs or the new editing, whatever it is. And all these things are, I gotta tell you, like, when you haven't grown up with all this technology, oh, it is so, sometimes I don't know, like, let me know in the comments, do you guys get frustrated? I get frustrated sometimes, and I'll have to, like, you know what, okay, I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna go outside and take a few deep breaths, because otherwise I'm just gonna like smash it. I know that's not logical, but this is how we roll sometimes. I'm a 12-hour night shift worker. So I work 7 at night till 7 in the morning. I have one long week where it's like 5 12-hour shifts, not consecutively, but still 5 and 12, in 7 days. And there's times I have to really dig deep to do some of these things, right? Because it's like, oh, I'd rather sit on the couch and, binge watch some Netflix show, or I'm tired. Sometimes your brain just feels like it's wrapped in cotton bad. And anyone else work nights? If you do, please comment. Let me know that I'm not alone. We kind of have our own, like a lot of co-workers, we have our own kind of, laughs and giggles, because it's like you're telling this like 2-minute story and you get to the punchline and it's like a complete blank. If someone said, Ed McMahon resurrected and said, here's $1 million, tell me the punchline, gone, And it's like, okay, well, maybe I'll remember tomorrow. Or you go to the bank and you use your bank card and you've had the same PIN for 25 years and this is the third try now of epic failure and it's going to eat your card. Anyone else have this? Please comment. It is like kind of sometimes like living in your own little world, right? Like I love the night shift, but the recall, oh, I don't know. I think a lot of us could have our own show at the end of the shift, really. Be quite entertaining. But anyways, basically my point is like everybody has their regular things that they pay their mortgage, they pay their bills, they do their car payment, and you're working, and that's totally great. But you have all these passions and all these dreams, and so you're really running on breadcrumbs trying to, you know, facilitate all these things that you want. And basically it's all going to pay off. Like you just have to keep showing up for yourself, even if nobody notices, nobody, you know, like we're such an instant gratification society. You know, you turn on the TV and it's like, buy this Chanel purse, you'll look like a movie star. You know, drive this car, it'll change your life. And so it's kind of ingrained into us like subconsciously. So when you start doing something and you don't see like, you know, like you do something that you're so proud of, and maybe just because everything worked right, maybe it's not the greatest video, but you know, the internet worked right, it didn't cut out, you know, you didn't swear, you didn't like whatever it is, right? And it gets no views and you really have to like, it's okay, you know, it's totally okay. I'm doing this for me. My self-development is getting better. I'm reading more books. I'm getting more knowledge on the subject. And even if you look at Mr. Beast, right? Like I just watched Mr. Beast games. I really like him. He's hilarious. You know, he'll say, look at my first videos. They were terrible, right? Everybody starts somewhere because this is so unnatural. Like, I think the hardest challenge for me was staring at my phone and just thinking, like, I never thought, you know, there's a friendly community out there waiting to see you, or are people, you'll build connections. At first it was like, oh my gosh, every little thing, you're looking at every, you know, I work nights, so I can see like this road map under my eyes. You could drive your car through big bags and whatever. And I don't care. I could put on a ton of makeup. You're still gonna, but this is me, you know what I mean? And I think I was really hard on myself too. I've put on a couple pounds. So it's like all the things, right? And it's like, oh God, now the camera has 10, great. But at the end of the day, who cares really, right? It's kind of more about the message and that we're all just human. We're all looking for, you know, what we're passionate about. And I'm passionate about people. So I just want to shout out to all the small creators, all the small channels out there, because I just think like, just keep going. It is going to happen. You know, there's no, it's kind of like in my mind, it's like planting a garden, right? Like, so you put your intentions out of what you want, your desires, your dreams, whatever. And just like planting a garden, like you can't see, you know, like it's not like, oh, tomorrow at 3, yeah, I see those beans coming up over there. You know, like you don't know when it's going to happen, but you still have to, you have faith and you keep trying to improve, and that's all you can do really, right? And I just think to myself, like, just look at a beautiful diamond. A beautiful diamond is created basically out of a carbon atom under such intense pressure that I'm sure it thinks it's just going to explode, and then boom, because it comes this beautiful diamond. And you're no different. Like with the commitment, consistency, and putting yourself out there and just tooting your own horn, staying focused, you will become that diamond. Have a great day.